Hello and welcome back to another stream where I try to build the app. My name is Juan. If you don't know who I am, I have 14 years of software engineering experience, and today we will be trying to uh, complete some features of our app that we are building. 100% of the code is AI generated, and let me show you so far what we have done. So we have uh, where is it? Huh, it's not showing. Okay. One, two. It's not showing my current screen. Hmm. Something is not working here. Oh, okay. All right. So now we are working. Sorry about that. This is live. Um, but now you can see my screen. Okay, so just to recap, the inspiration comes from this tweet from Levels, Peter Levels. He's one of the biggest indie hackers in the space, and he's complaining about the biggest issues that he has. So basically, he just want to have an image, have the URL, and share it to Cloud Code. So this is the design that we have. This is the start screen. This is going to be more or less the flow. We have the shortcuts. There are a ton of things that we have to do with the shortcuts, the permissions. We are going to monetize this in different ways, um, the different options, and here is how you can configure your destination. And right now we are trying to set up the SFTP server destination, and this is basically the design, the settings, and all of that. Okay, um, we have started quite a bit of code. We have the app here and all the code that the AI has generated. I have not done a single commit, so what I'd like to do is tell the AI to create the commits. So we have something and we will continue working. Create commits for the changes that we've made. Create individual commits divided by the logical changes that we've done. Let me start a new agent for this. And while that is running, let's run our project again. Yeah, let's back. Let me close the app. Run this again. Run it. Okay, it's running. All right. Recognize the system permissions. That is nice. And we are here. Okay, so I'm going to tell the AI that we are going to, in development mode, we are going to pre-fill this information with our SFTP server that we already have. So let me do that. Um, so I committed the changes. Let me see. Okay, let's add those to git ignore. Okay, so here we're going to say, to speed up the development process, let's pre-fill the SFTP server configuration with the following. Okay, so we have host, which is going to be this one. Port 22. And user is FTP user and password empty for now. I don't want to share the password. And let's see what else. Yeah, that looks good. Interesting. So if the bug, what is that? I don't know what the bug is, but fair enough. Let's see if that works, and we're going to check that before we release the app to. Let me stop and fill again. We are going to need to reset the permissions. Every time we modify the code and we create a new build, the binary changes, and we have to basically grant the permissions again. For now, it's annoying, but we can live with that for now. Maybe I don't need to build that again. Only, okay. Let's see. Go on, create and reopen. Nice. Perfect. Let me add the password. Test the connection, and the connection failed. Okay. This is where we left before, and let's see why it failed. Let's see the logs. Permission, duplicate password. Okay. Let's tell it to print out the command so we can run it in the. Okay. So prefer authentication methods. Okay. We might need to also add support for SSH authentication, but for now, I just want to see the bare minimum working, and that should do it. Okay. So let me reset this and let's build it and try out again. Beautiful. Okay. Nice. Let's see what is. No. Uh, we don't need the permissions to test this, so we can skip all of that. Permission to not bring out the commands, so I can run it in the terminal. Okay. Hmm. Let me run this. I'm going to run this first so I can set the password elsewhere. Okay, now we're back. Oh, and now I have to change the STP password, but it's fine. No one is watching right now, so we should be good. Yeah, so I have the same issue here. Mm. Yeah. Maybe when I hmm. Let's double check the command. I'm sure that I'm using the right password, so that is not the issue. Okay, let's see. Okay, seems to be with I don't know. If it's a permission dialed, if you want to enter this, please set the password. Hmm. Well, let's try all of this. Oh, what set is for? No. The non-interactive is not working. Okay, let's see now if this will work. Why do I want to install all of this? Okay, so okay, that means let's see if that works, but I don't think how that will help us in the long run. With okay, let me ask: Are are there any libraries that support SFTP connections? So if I think we might need to to just use a library, and that's it. Yeah, let's try. Let's try with. I don't want to use any libraries, but the SFTP protocol is not something that is commonly used now. So why not to use a library? I don't know how the package manager in Swift works. So let's see how it works. All right. Let's let's see what is this first. Oof, 10 years ago. This is very. I don't know what is cartridge. Only have that, so let me ask how to handle the pen. This is library package manager. I have no idea. But let's see. 92 issues, temple request. And this is Objective C. Yeah. Huh. This is more likely. Um, oh, let me. Okay, so this framework makes it easier for HTTP services from Swift as well to HTTP uses more than. Okay, nice. Okay. Mm, this library work. Oh, interesting. I don't know if the license allow me to. Okay. Seems fair enough. I just want to try out the as easy as possible, as we're going to have um, abstraction around that, which will be fine. Hmm. Let me see this. Citadel seems to be. Okay. We can also try Citadel. It has good support. Oh, let's implement with the versions, which is in the Swift package index. It's going to take a while to finish that. It's having the dependency. And now when we build, it's going to take more time first. We download this. That's interesting. Okay, so here This is how the package, basically our package.json. We have the dependencies and we can define a names for this. Uh, Nice. This is what I'm talking about. I knew from the beginning that this was not a very good strategy, but I just wanted to test that it's working. So from the changes, we have Citadel, and now we connect, we have our configuration, which is this type, which is basically, I hate that I cannot go to definition. Maybe I need to install an extension for extensions. Sweet. All right. SageMan, support for Visual Studio. This is the official. Nice. This is what I want. Okay. So now let's see if I go to definition. This is going to work. Ah, it's still indexing everything. Mhm. And let's see the other changes that they have made. Designed. I put this. Ah, easier. Okay. It's very simple. Okay, let's try to run this. It's going to take more time because we have a new dependency. But hopefully it's only the first time. And the computer the computer is getting slow, so I don't miss compile languages at all. But from what I see, Swift is very cool. Let's see, still building. This is a waiting game. We wait for the AI to finish, and we wait for the app to finish building. If the SSA sorry, if the SFTP server is connection is successful, I will say that is a win. And if we upload a file there, I will say that we are done with that. I will be very happy with that result. Okay, finish building. Well, it, as yeah, I can see that. All right, you run. Never mind. Let me see if I just well, I need the permissions now, so I can just skip all of that. Test the connections, host, yeah. Oh, yay! Finally, we have now. Oof, this is very good. This is very good. If I try, that was very nice. This is one of the perks of programming. When something works, you feel very happy. And here, this flow, we don't reopen. We're going to need to work on this flow. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So let's see what happened. Let me try again. Okay, load fail. Network error. Level 5, get you succeeded. Full screen, capture screen is there. If we open this, does not exist. Never mind. So saving files to this. And yeah, it's safe. The screenshot saves the sets. SCV help start local file endpoint blah, blah. I think the issue is that there is not really a uploads path in the server, so let's try to change the path to be only slash. Run again. Started. Here, I love that. Here, let me just change this to be slash. Then test connection successful. Let me see. Better full screen. Network error. Still network error. Okay. So okay. We might need to, let me say it didn't work. Okay, so the test connection is working perfectly. Now, when we try to load a file, that is not working. I see this error. Let's see what it does. But in the meantime, I'm going to be reading the documentation of this bag. Okay, here we are. Let me try to file. Okay. Let me see. Let me see if there is any issue related to that here. Okay. 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 Fair enough. Let me reset the permissions. I wonder if okay. Okay. Well, it was very quick. I'm going to we're going to need to change that flow. Network error again. Okay. It says that FTP load resolve was the load file. Let me check the server to see if upload. So it created the directory before. So we still couldn't complete the operation. So I created a directory with file. Let me see the with file implementation. Yeah, there is no issues related to that. With file. Okay. Okay, let's try. Okay. Here is from the documentation and the sample. Let's see first if this is working. But what I'm going to do is try to write any file, like for example, the hello world, and then we can see if there is something that we need to worry about, something else in this transformation and the uploads and all of that we are not considering. Okay, but let me build this. Let me reset. Okay. It's running. No, still not running. Speaking to machine. All right. So now grab permissions. And if this doesn't work with the changes that it made, I'm going to just try to load the simple upload. Yay! I think that is just fantastic. Let me check. Ooh, look at that. It was uploaded. Yes. So let me create another capture. Again, uploading. And there we go. Let's see again. And we have two. Pam, 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 pam. We have the files there. All right. This is very, very cool. Let me, if I go to user, what is, uh, SFTP user, I go to uploads, it's here. Yeah, that is just beautiful. Okay, so that's very good to me, looking very good to me. Okay, so we have the main issue solved, which is uploading to the SFTP with through SFTP the file there. And what else we can do now? But the UX experience is not very good. What I'm thinking is, when we're taking a screenshot, right? We are going to show the preview at the corner of the screen, similar to, for example, the screenshot. Let me show. For example, um, if I take the screenshot here, I don't know what it's in my other screen, so I cannot show you. But they show like the image in the corner of the screen. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to show the preview of the screen with a loader indicating that the image is uploading. So that should work. Okay, so the issue was, let me see what I changed. I there's a load, get the primary load and configure paper load fails don't. Mm. Okay, fair enough. I did not have to do that. Okay, so there are many things that I want to change in this. But at least we are good. Okay, so the first thing is, I don't want to go through the onboarding again. Like if I did this and if I run the app, close the app, and I run the app again, uh, if I run the app again in Windows, if I quit, and just no, not there. Or if I run this again through its code, right? It will go through the whole onboarding again. Okay. So let's fix that. And let's, okay, so we are good here. Let's say, let's commit our changes. Oops, Explorer, that was pretty good. And so my next plan is to, okay, we need to persist the example that we have completed, the onboarding and the settings for the targets that we have. Remember that we need to store the all of that into the keychain so it is stored securely. Okay, no. We need to persist. For example, when we have finished the onboarding, so we don't show the onboarding screen, it will flow again when we have finished and set up all of that. Oh, let me see. Add a button only visible in dev mode, development mode, where we can reset the onboarding flow. Okay, so let me see how this works. Key. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So from what I understand in this code, this is kind of the setter. And when we set a value, this is very, very cool. Nice. Let's see if this works. I have to run the app again. I don't have to. And run that again. And while we're doing that, okay, let's see. Classes. Ah, I need to reset that. Screen recording. Oh. No. Never mind. We're going to do that here. Yay. If this was successful, then yes, this is working. This is working. Nice. I love this. Huh. Did it save that? It was very fast. Let me see if it is true. Wow. That was very fast. No, that can be. Oh, I knew. Huh. Why it is not uploading? the files. Let me see. Let me check. Cursor. Huh. I'm going to double check that because I need to, anyways, I need to run this again. I have to reset this so I can get the permissions. I need to retry this again. Okay. Looks good. Let me reset the onboarding. Get started. That is. Da-da-dum, da-da-dum. Let me see now. Yes. And it didn't work. Let's see why. Maybe because I removed the directory. Oh. Let me see the logs again. Um, Yep, let me make clear updates. Let me try again. It failed. Ah, what happened? Did I change? Did we change this? Notes. For error. The operation couldn't be completed. What's this? Oh. Check the sample again. File.write. It's buffer. Capacity. Bytes. Codes. Oh. Mm. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay. So I don't know what changed, but it worked first time, but now it is not working anymore. I get that the operation couldn't be completed. Here is an example on the configuration from the I'll be right back. One moment, please. Okay, I'm back. Let's see what it has done. Yeah, it might be that the connection is not very stable and it's just failing because of that. Let's see. Let's see if that works now. Wow, hate this. Let's see now. Okay, but I think we have not. Okay, let me start again. Let me test the connection. Connection successful. Save and continue. Capture full screen. Oh, still why? Why? Let me clear this. So we save to this till well starts there. This is going to be the remote path. And it says it couldn't be completed. If it tries to upload here, it says again, and this is not very stable, and it's going to be very annoying for users trying to do this and to fail. I hate this. Let me use the root path. No, still the same. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so Citadel is working fine, but for some reason that's not looks like. Okay. For now, let's try it with the hello world example, and the name will be the same name of the file, only to be of the st extension. Because maybe it's that the file is too big, or okay, and try this. Because it might be that uh, with images, files that are a little bit bigger, it's, it might take a little bit of time. So what I'm going to do is to have other try with other libraries. Mm -mm. That didn't work. Okay, so it looks like Citadel is when you load the file, you will try the different with the different lines or library, in this case Citadel, and the new one, and you are going to add to the name which client loaded. So for example, Citadel or MFFT. The goal of today is just to upload the file and will be very good. If not, this is giving much trouble. We are going to set up the S3 bucket settings, and we can continue with that, and also for custom endpoint, and that will do it. I don't like the code that is generating because it's interesting. Okay. It failed, obviously. Let me remove the wheel, clean chats. Okay. Okay, build fail. So build fail because of this. I don't know why it lights. I copy all. Again, that's maybe this. No, I cannot. Can I select them? Okay, nice. Let me see if I can copy all of them. Nice. Well, at least I'm learning a little bit of its code. Nice. Let's see now if that is true. Okay, yeah, that worked. So what I'm going to do is to create a rule where when we add a new type, like client, we need to run this generates So now it will do it automatically. Let's see, always apply. Okay, so it failed to run. It's taking too much time. Let's try again. All right. Nice. Oh no. Okay. Let me reset the onboarding and try it with the clients. Yay! Ah, wait, there is a Citadel. Ah, network error, invalid configuration. So looks like it's not actually. I cannot wait to use my own tool to take screenshots. Okay, so copy the clipboard. It looks like the configuration to choose the client is not working correctly because I selected the MFT client and it's showing me that the connection was successful with Citadel. Okay, so yes, so We're getting this error. I should have checked the okay. How do I link the projects? Don't we have to run the source code? Okay, start. I should have noticed that it did not link project. Obviously, if the project is not linked, it's not going to work. So, uh, I wonder if we can create a package for this dependency so I don't have to add this thing in my whole source code. So, but that is going to be for next. I don't know if any of these will work, but I have no idea. I'm so glad that I can do this. Only wait for it because I will have to investigate all of this. In any case, I don't think I will be in this phase because I will have to learn a lot of the macOS stuff. It's being generated, so So let's change this. All right. There was a lot down there, so I think the build is going to take some time as well. So let me clean the build. Okay, and let's run this again. We have 4 dependencies, and I just want to see this working so we can end this here. And yep. Wow, I'm impressed. If this right, I'm very impressed. And if it works, I will be really. Okay, so if it works, we have yes. It says that then MFT work, and now let's see if yes. And, I hate this. Mm, 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 mm. Huh. Why we did not have this thing set up? Destination and 15, say continue. Okay. Oh, still. Oh. Now we get a different error. Finally, something. Finally. Okay. So it's saying that permission denied. Right. Okay. So let me check again in the SFTP server. Did I need to do something special to allow for that? Because I removed the folder before, so okay. I think this is the easy. Oh, yes. I remove. Oh, what an error. I know what is the issue now. So for example, if you remember from the last stream, we've created the SFTP server and we created the uploads folder. While doing testing here, I remove the folder, but if you take a look into the uploads folder, it is for the root user. Therefore, as I'm using the SFTP user to upload the file, I'm going to get permission denied. To fix that, we are going to need to change the one change owner. So it's going to be SFTP user group SFTP user, and I'm going to say uploads. Now, if I do this, yep, you can see now the HTTP user can do that. So let's try again. Yes, dun 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 dun. It is working. And if I see here, uploads LA, it is there. Ah, that is just beautiful. Let me try with Citadel again. And yeah, it worked. It worked. It worked. It's work. Now we have 4. Perfect. That is just perfect. Oof. Wow. What I'm going to do is, let me see if we have Python 3. Yes, Python 3. Mode, I think, simple Python server. I don't remember always the, but I think is simple HTTP server. Oh no, that was for Python 2. For Python 3, HTTP server, let's say 1,000, and it's there. And if we go to nope, there's the 7 bits. Never mind. I'm going to copy that from here. And if we go to this URL, 8,000, I don't know if this will work out of the gate, but if I'm here, I don't think it's enabled outside, but it is though. Okay, let me see what my future is here, because I want to see that we are actually, that the actual file is there and not something that is not. Let me see. Writing, terminal, settings, first name. Let me see if that will work. 8,000. Licenses, security, API, CS manager tutorials. No. Nope, it did not work. So we will do that later. But at least we know that it's working. And what I'm going to do actually is maybe we don't need it. So what I like was that the MFT had a more detailed error of what happened. So maybe we're going to stick with MFT. Um, but I'm not sure. I don't like that I have to clone the code into my project and I have to link the project and all of that. I like better the Citadel approach. It's just a clean package dependency and I don't have to worry about that. But that will be for tomorrow. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the NFT client and we're just going to stick with Citadel. In fact, I'm going to ask the agent to do it. Okay, remove the NFT implementation. Ah, but I like the errors. Never mind. We're going to explore that tomorrow. We're going to explore that tomorrow. And well, thank you so much for watching. We made it very far. We were successfully we are successfully updating files with an SFTP server. Tomorrow we're going to polish a little bit more of the flow and work on the US experience. So it's polish and it's something that you want to work with. Okay. Thank you so much. See you later.